bringing you your December tarot scopes. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope November treated you well. Hope you've seen those 2018 videos that I have already posted up there for you. If you're interested in one of those, please hit me up at arianaluciano@gmail.com or on the gram at arianaluciano. So let's talk about December. What's going on? Today is December 1st. Super excited about what it has to bring for us. On the 3rd, we have the full moon in Gemini. There's also a video talking about that too. You should check it out. Interesting energy that we have going on. Then we have a new moon entering into Sagittarius on the December 18th. On the 19th, Saturn will be moving into Capricorn, as well on the 21st, the Sun moves into Capricorn. On the 22nd, Mercury finally goes direct, and I'm sure we will all be glad. Communication will improve, travel will improve just in time for the holidays. And on the 25th, Venus is going to enter into Capricorn. So with all of this energy that's out there, I think that it's going to be really important for us to slow down a little bit, look at the things that we've accomplished this year, give ourselves a good pat on the back, and kind of start thinking about what we need to start doing for this new year coming up. Instead of waiting until New Year's Eve, let's start planning now. Let's look at what's going on now and how to harness this energy. So with that being said, there's also some changes that will be coming to my channel. There will be some difference in prices, so be sure to click on the description box to see what's going on with that. My prices will continue at the same rate for the rest of December, and they will change in January. So let's see what the cards have for us today. And this will be for a whole, just kind of looking at a general energy that we have. Let me turn them this way so I won't look. Exploration. This is going to be a month of really looking at the path in front of us, seeing what's ahead of us, where we're going, what we're doing, and how we can do things differently. You see the compass at the top of the card? You have to use your moral compass. Capricorn is in full effect. You know he's the big daddy of the planetary system. So you got to get yourself together, baby. Get it together. Find your path. Choose what works for you. Have lots of unconditional love for yourself and for others. And with all of that, big hugs, fam. Be blessed. Have a safe holiday. And if you're interested in a read, hit me up. I am looking forward to connecting with you guys. Be blessed. Thank you so much for all your likes, your shares, and subscribes, and this big, huge spike that we're having. So with that being said, happy holidays, and thank you. Hello, Sagittarius! It's Ariana, your tarot life coach, bringing you your December tarot scope for energy, big baby. I hope you're doing super great. And if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday! I hope you have a wonderful one, and many more to come. So welcome back, family. Big hugs. You already know. Lots of love. High fives and some damn dirty shoulder rubs with a pinch on the booty because it's your birthday month. And I probably missed some in November, so big apologies. Happy birthday, happy late birthday. With that being said, I am super excited to jump into your read because of the energy that's coming out immediately with everything like flowing the way that it's flowing. It's like OMG. With that being said, this is for Saggy, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of December. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to join with you, and hopefully you will choose to stay. So let's talk about our power animal for the month, which is the butterfly. Signs of joy coming on through, and you like got double butterfly. So there's going to be some huge spiritual visitations, I think, or like spiritual downloads that you're going to be getting. Your guides are working overtime, the spirits are working overtime, angels are working overtime, however you want to look at it. They putting in their time on the clock, baby, and you need to pay attention. This is about transformative energy, expansion, growth, renewal, birth, messages from your guides. I mean, if you didn't get the message, they're going to make sure you get that message. All right, Saggy? They're not playing with you this time. Your clairvoyancy is going to be at an all-time high this month. This is also for anybody who has been experiencing any kind of traumatic events or traumatic experiences that keep reoccurring and playing in. When the butterfly shows up, it wants to help you transform that energy. And I find it so beautiful that he's on top of a yellow flower, which I knew the name of the flower, but I don't. But he's sitting on this flower, which for me represents a solar plexus energy. So it's almost having the confidence to transform that energy and move forward. So thinking about the stages that the butterfly goes through, they go through the egg stage. So that's not yet a reality. That's, preconception, I guess. The larva is planning phase. And then it moves into the cocoon where it's the developing phase. And you are right now at the chrysalis, your major breakthrough phase. Because you already got the wings, baby. You're flying all over the place. You may even notice this month lots of butterflies, lots of feathers, or even just like random things like that, because that was one of the things that I'm picking up with the butterflies and the feathers. And you probably have guides who have been talking to you this way for some time now. Uh-oh, I forgot to put my timer. Uh-oh, guys. Let me put it on now. Pause, reset, start. All right, we're probably going to be super long. I apologize. Now, looking at your mental energy that's coming through, you got the Dancer of Life. And if you look real closely at the card, you see like two people, but off of one person is like the three of discs. You see how it's got like these three things coming off of them? The Dancer of Life is a big representation of joy entering the circle of life. You're fertile this month, Saggy, okay? Wrap it up if you're not trying to have a baby. Or you might already be pregnant. Or you are birthing a new idea. So a lot of times when you hear us talking about, oh, there's fertility, there's fertile ground, it doesn't necessarily always have to represent a baby. It could be a new idea, a new relationship, a new venture. Something new is coming in. But when the Dancer of Life shows up, this is for you to be more thankful for what you already have going for you, to find joy in everything and respect for others. Unfortunately, not everybody thinks like we do, so we have to have some diplomacy and understanding that the butterfly for me also represents a form of communication, fluid communication, transformative communication. And this is about endless possibilities when the Dancer of Life shows up. For me, when the Dancer of Life shows up and I'm shuffling my own cards, this is one of the cards that came out when I was pregnant with my baby. It kept coming up by the Princess of Wands, which my Princess of Wands is pregnant. I was like, holy moly, I think I'm pregnant. So then when it was surrounded by the Empress and the Ace of Wands, I kind of just was like, all right, I guess the doctors weren't lying. I am pregnant. I like really legit fought it for a long time. So physically, we have coming in for you, Sacred Power deck is telling you communication, represented by the number 7 in this deck. So I feel like that's angelic communication, supernatural communication, but it's not so much about you communicating. Part of communication is being able to listen, okay? But to speak clearly with your confidence is what she says. So miscommunication occurs when we're unable to listen to other people. Arguments, mistakes, conflicts, those kinds of things happen. So at the heart of all relationships is communication. Hidden messages can be seen by looking at body language. Pay attention to that, their facial expression and their tone. Don't be fighting over text, people. Pick up the phone, send a voice message, do something, okay? But it's going to be important that you speak with truth and with integrity, because those things cannot be taken back. So spiritual communication is on the high right now, okay? And then in here, in her notes, she has, they're going to connect to you through music, feathers, butterflies, dragonflies, moths, birds, and a number sequence. So be open to receiving the message as they come from the heart with love. And I'm going to tell you, when I pull out the cards, so I shuffle the big animal cards, right? And I put like the 6 that fall out, the first 6 that fall out. And then I roll my little die and I see which number pops out. Then I check it with my little pendulum. And you actually had dragonfly and butterfly neck and neck, which is really odd. And when I took them out and I had to ask like which one is the real one, like show me the real one. It was butterfly, but it was neck and neck. So that for me is telling you are going from a very emotional state of being to almost getting your logic and your heart are at disorder for some reason when I see these two. So you have to really get confident, and I think that's where the solar plexus energy, your lower 3 chakras are going to be very important, being very grounded, thinking about what really brings you pleasure and what brings you joy, and then having the confidence to go get it, okay? Now, it's really important that you communicate very effectively this month, even if it's like over projects, if it's about what's going on. Just really watch the way that you're speaking to people and making sure that you're listening. And don't be afraid to ask questions this month. Like, ask all you need to know, okay? And if someone can't answer you, let them get back to you, because you need as much information to move forward as you can. Now, spiritually, you had a different card come out for you than Capricorns did. And this is normally why it takes me so long to set up each video, is because I do ask the cards which ones want to come out and play. You have two totally different cards today than Capricorn had, because I actually went out of order, did Capricorn first. Now, when I'm looking at this and I have Dancer of Life, Communication, Butterfly, and Prayer Feathers all coming out, I kind of feel like this is like what you speak from your mouth, what's coming out from your thought process is going out into the universe. And what they would do to these prayer feathers is they would write their prayers on the feathers and then let the wind blow it. Be very careful what you pray for. Pray with like the best intentions. Your words build your story, so pick them wisely, okay? This is about unconditional love, being silent with no judgment, okay? And y'all already know what I'm talking about. It's those people that say, oh, baby, I'm going to pray for you because you're just making all these mistakes. We could have just left it at I'm going to pray for you and I hope good things come. You don't have to throw all my mistakes under the bus and let everybody know. You know, it's that kind of energy. So if you're going to pray for somebody and you're going to wish them well, you ain't got to tell everybody you're going to do it. You just go ahead and do it, okay? Now, love is flowing to you and through you. There is possibly going to be a situation where you are releasing somebody with the way that she's holding that butterfly and letting it go. Something is being released, all right? Now, it's really easy to love people who do us good, but the people that do us dirty, it's not easy, okay? It's not easy, all right? So this is where you give it to the universe, where you allow the universe to take it and blow it away, okay? So another kind of prayer feather is decorated feathers or decorated bundles of feathers that are used for smudging, called sacred smoke ceremonies. And the smoke is to cleanse the space as well as carry your prayers upward. I burn a lot of incense. I smell like incense all the time, so when people tell me, but I do. And I have my sage and I have my Palo Santo. And sometimes I have to cleanse my air before I even meditate, before I do anything. Because, you know, we do carry energy. And sometimes as good as our intentions are, we have to make sure we're in the right frame of mind. So watch your words this month. Make sure you're listening and gathering all the information, not being judgmental or having high expectations or a level of expectations that you're not accepting things for what they are, but trying to make them what you want them to be. This is going to be the month of like communicating what you want, putting it out there and allowing it to happen, okay? And finding joy in the process. Okie dokie. With that being said, let's jump into our read using the Babylonian Tarot by Sandra Tabatha Cicero. All right. I have pre-shuffled the deck. However, we are going to bless this deck together and we are going to shuffle a few times until the dice tells me it's a go and we're going to move forward. Saint Cecile, bless these cards for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of December. Show us the energies that you have for them with any clear and concise messages. And as I cut the deck, I have the Devil reversed with the High Priestess. So if you notice that this is Lamatsu and she's being, she's breastfeeding two wolves, it looks like. And then she's on top of the donkey, which is, donkey is the beast of burdens. When she is reversed, she is releasing the burdens, releasing the karmic ties, letting it all go and dropping the illusion. This card is representative of Capricorn. This could be Saturn energy coming in for you, and your intuition is on point. That's because your guides are leading you through this dark time, because you're walking through this door and you're moving forward with the courage of a lion, but you're trusting the information that your guides are bringing you. Okie dokie. All right, we got a 2. Let's move this out. This may be about relationships, communication. It could also be about contracts and partnerships. All right, first position, we have strength. Second position, 6 of arrows. Third position, we got a spirit guide, the line of the spirit guide. Look at our, that is all up for the fire signs. Fourth position, the universe. And the 5th position, the Tower. Holy schmel. All right, we got 3 out of 5 majors. Okie dokie. Y'all already know it's going to be one of those months. Well, everything's coming to a cataclysmic event, right? The overall energy that you have coming through is no other than Era, the Prince of Arrows, and this is the communicator of the deck. Now let's move you in a lot closer so you can see the cards better. Okay, so in the past, you were being told to have strength. Right behind that prince, I do have the Queen of Wands, so that is definitely your energy too. Communicating effectively. Back to the card, sorry. I have the strength card from your past. This could have been last month, 3 months ago. It could have been the whole damn year. Shit, I don't know. Anyways, you are being super strong. You are changing. You're moving on is what I'm saying, because I see the 6 of arrows and I see like some intense healing that's going on right now. Maybe it's like a realization. This is you trying to heal. This is you doing what needs to be done, going to who needs to help you, going to get Reiki, going to a therapist, whatever it is to clear that heart space out, because that heart space looks like it's the one that's injured. And if you remember in the communication card, I don't know if I said this, but it talks about asking all the questions. Don't be afraid to go to a professional. Don't be afraid to get guidance. Guidance is good, okay? Therapy is not just for people who are sick. I don't know why people say that. I work in a school, and when I tell people what I do, they're like, oh my gosh, those kids need therapy. We all need therapy. We all need someone to talk to, and we all need to be felt like we're being heard, okay? So this is one of those times that you may need to get it all out in the open, really moving on, getting away from this situation, because things are a lot calmer right now, so you're able to kind of sit and reflect with it. A lot of times when we have uncomfortable emotions, we don't want to sit with that uncomfortable emotion. It's okay to sit with that uncomfortable emotion. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, a glass of wine, a cigarette, a bottle of water, whatever it is, and look at that emotion for what it is. Ask yourself, what is it bringing up in me and why? And deal with it so that you can move to those calmer waters, because that's usually what the 6 of Swords represents. Now, for like the hidden influence is, I told you you're going to have a lot of angelic visits, a lot of downloads. And this is no other than your spirit guide showing up, okay? And let's see which deck he wants to talk from. Where's my other deck? Where's my other deck? Do you want to talk from this deck? No, you really don't want to talk from that deck, okay? This deck? Okay, well, he wants to talk to you from the Isis deck, okay? Let me get them out. Usually I have them all out. My space is smaller here. Okay. All right. We got Serpent of Fire coming through for you. The Priestess of Sisterhood. So with that being said, it's almost like Kundalini rising, right? You see that serpent right there in her hand. And you see, oh, my water. Thank God it was closed. And you see those 2 women in the back, right? So I feel like you need to surround yourself with really positive people, or people who are going to support you. And by positive people, I don't mean like people that are just going to tell you what you want to hear. These are the people that will tell you like, dude, you got lipstick on your teeth, or hey, you got some toilet paper on the bottom of your shoe. They're real people, okay? People that are not going to be fake. That is what you need, Saggy. You need a group of people around you. So this Serpent of Fire is guiding you through transformation, because you're getting like rid of these old energies, and they're going away. Trust that you're growing and you're more capable than you have ever been. Don't judge yourself from your past, okay? Because that's not who you are anymore. You are stronger and more powerful, okay? This represents the fire serpent, or Kundalini, and that starts in the root chakra, okay? That's what I'm telling you. These bottom chakras for you are going to be on fire. To get grounded, you need to go outside. You need to put your feet on the earth. You need to do some mantras. You need to believe it. You need to believe that you're grounded. So your emotions and your words will have a bigger effect on your energy. Be very careful on how you're communicating with yourself. That negative self-talk, it's gotta go, okay? Now, but you got to recognize that this power is awakening in you, okay? And just trust the process. And a lot of times we say that in sessions, is like, oh, you got to trust the process. And I used to piss me off, like when I was first studying to be a therapist. And I'd be like, what the hell, trust the process? I don't even trust the process right now. But that is sitting with what you're uncomfortable with until you're comfortable. And that is when the light bulb comes on, okay? So this is a sign of growth because the snake sheds its skin. So it's, you know, when things are changing, no one's ever like, oh, I'm so glad everything is changing. I feel so great. It's a little uncomfortable at first. And then you're like, you know what? But I think I like it. And I think you're going to really, really like it. And some of y'all are going to have like a lot of fertile energy with the butterflies and the snake. Y'all got a lot going on, okay? Now, I really want you to focus on those lower 3 chakras for this month. Get yourself really put together, feeling very grounded, understanding what brings you pleasure in your sacral, and then having that confidence to put it out there the way that you want it. But definitely surrounding yourself. I don't know if you see those 2 people in the back. You see them? Definitely surround yourself with people who protect you, people who love you, people who support you, that kind of stuff. Now, as the advice, it's the universe. This phase is completely over. Okay, you are moving on. It's time for healing. It's time for development. It's time for growth. Shed that old skin. Let those prayers go on the feather. Communicate what you want, and the universe is going to bring it. I feel like, damn, you can't bring it anymore. And you look, if you see, look around it. That's the chaos dragon. Okay. That chaos dragon is legit the reason why we have stars. Out of your worst damn circumstance that you could imagine having, you are going to create a beautiful starry night where you will be able to sit back and admire it. This is also On and Ki. On is down here at the bottom. No, this is Ki at the bottom, which is our Ruru, the Empress. And that is On atop, which is Anu, the sky god. United, they were the universe. They were split apart by Alil, their son that they had created in the womb of Namu, okay? So out of a situation, I kind of feel like you're leaving a relationship, leaving a partnership, leaving something, but you are going to be creative wherever you go, and you'll be able to see, okay? It's almost using that transformative energy when I talked earlier about traumatic events. It's using that energy for different perspective, using every situation to be able to learn from, to grow from, and not all of them are easy. And I speak from experience because I haven't always had peachy keen things, okay? Things do happen, but you have to kind of look at things when you're ready, okay? And everyone is different. Do not compare yourself to anyone, and don't feel like you should be moving faster or moving slower. Everybody is different. And if you have experienced a traumatic event that is kind of blocking you or causing some uneasiness and you don't know how to move forward, this is a great time to call a professional, whether it's a holistic professional, whether it's a traditional professional, or whether a shaman, whatever it is, to move past those things, because you get one chance this life, you know, to make it the best life ever. And I kind of feel like that's what this energy is all building us up for, you know, all this Saturn energy, all this Capricorn energy that's coming in. We need to be ready because it's time to get serious about what we want and what our mission is here on this planet. So your outcome is going to be the Tower, which is so funny because there's Tammuz, there's that chaos dragon, and the Emperor is taking it down. So why is the Emperor taking Tammuz down? Because the magician killed Tammuz's husband, which is the King of Cups, right? Because he had threatened to kill all the little young guys because he got tired, he wanted to sleep, he couldn't sleep. Well, Tammuz, even though she was upset that he said that, she went to go defend her man, okay? She's like, that is my man. But in the process, that is what causes this tower to fall. So the old ways of being are going to fall, and that Kundalini will rise, okay? That's what I'm getting. That looks like the serpent coming up and saying it's time to wake up. It's moving through, like the heart space is being shaken up, but that root chakra is right there. It's nice and grounded, and things are going to be cleared. So if you can kind of look at a situation like a tower situation and say, you know what? This is a clearing. This is all that energy being moved out so that when the new energy comes in, I'm ready, okay? Now, overall energy, we have this Prince. So some of y'all might be dealing with communication as a whole all month, or some of y'all are dealing with Gemini, Aquarius, or Libran energy who is trying to communicate something to you. Now, let's clarify. Let me make sure it's with this deck. Isn't this? Okay, let's clarify this Prince first. Show me the energy with the Prince. And I rolled a 6, so this is somebody who's either younger than you, a child, or just someone from your past. Okay. The Princess of Cups. So I feel like some of y'all are dealing with a family situation. Both of these people are upright. So it's like communicating with lots of love, because the cups always represent love and emotion. So I feel like when you communicate with these two, or when you're communicating with each other, make sure that you do it passionately and you're coming from a place of not knowing. And what I mean by that is not knowing everything. You don't know everything. Ask, and listen. You don't ask and answer it for them. You're asking so that you can be clarified, because these two kind of want to bring you something. You have two people who want to bring you something. And this could also be the representation of the fertility that's coming, okay? Now, I want to clarify. Let's see, should we clarify the Tower? No. The Universe? No. Is that it? Let me clarify the Princess. Okay. I want to clarify the Princess, so let's see here. My cards, they don't want to shuffle. Okay. It's a situation with 3 people, and this is not for all Sagittarius, okay? If you find yourself in this situation, apply the information where it goes. Be very, very kind when you talk about this situation, because somebody is going to get hurt. And this is for anybody who's in a third-party relationship, going into a partnership as a merger. Be very aware of the way that you communicate, okay? Because somebody's going to get left out in the cold. And this is why there's changes. You know that there's got to be something better. So you're either removing yourself from a situation or removing somebody from the situation, okay? So that is your read, Saggy. Happy birthday. And for your Saturn card, I pulled, which I feel like some of y'all are dealing with Capricorn energy, because we had the devil at the beginning. And then on the Acropolis card, this is Pan. And for me, he kind of represents the Capricorn god. I don't know why. Anyways, I'm reading from the middle world, okay? And when I'm looking at the middle world, it just shows this beautiful building right behind them. We're not focused on them. This is what's going on right now with Saturn coming in. And it wants you to be more creative, listening to music. Why? Because that's how your guides are going to come to you. That's how you're going to overcome these blocks. Get into art. Let your imagination be your guide and allow creative juices to flow. You're going to connect with your guides through those methods. And that's why it's coming through for you. And the focus of this is called inspiration. The card is Acropolis, located in Athens, Greece. Okay. Now, with that being said, you have a lot of this energy coming through, and I kind of like the building in the back. And the building is kind of like stand firm, but create something beautiful. Okay, because at any moment it can all fall apart. So you have to have that firm foundation. Okay, now for relationships, whether you're in a relationship, looking for a relationship, or this could even be friendship relationships, you got Thinker, which is attributed to the number 44 in this deck. But when you take 44, it becomes an 8. 8's about communication, travel, being very, very understanding. You see how she's sitting there and thinking. Okay? Love is not always logical, but when you choose a partner, it's a good thing to have things in common other than just desire, okay? This is the time to kind of weigh your pros and cons, and I think that's what's going on with the Prince of Arrows and the Princess of Cups. You're kind of looking at things like, I don't know. But the key here is, if it ain't for you, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Don't force it to work, okay? If someone tells you this is who I am, take them for their word and don't try to change them. Okay, it is what it is, and you're too beautiful, too great, and too wonderful to deal with somebody who's told you something that you don't agree with, or something that you don't want in your future anyways. Okay, so this is your reed, and your sacred stone or your crystal is garnet. Garnet is all about fertility, abundance, and expansion. Okay, I'm going to tell you, if you are pregnant, okay, be very aware. Take care of yourself a lot with the 3 of arrows in the tower. Just be very, very careful. Or for some, this is the pregnancy coming through. Y'all ain't gonna be too excited about it, but hey, it's a coming. Now, if you can't get pregnant, it's something else, okay? Something fertile's coming in. Like I said earlier, a job, a friendship, something new is coming. And the garnet is for the root chakra, Muladhara, and therefore it's essential for sustaining our sexuality and our fertility. It activates all the chakras and aids the raising of the Kundalini energy. Damn, that was pretty cool, huh? Anyways, it brings abundance that's deeply connected to the earth, and it manifests prosperity. Now, it's a protective stone and helps to support during crisis. That's those traumatic events, okay? And it facilitates success in all things. So either wear a garnet ring, a garnet necklace, earrings, put it in your boobie, put it by your bed, but it needs to be around you, okay? It purifies the energy around you and your blood, okay? And it's great for re-energizing. Drawing this card signifies you will find the necessary strength and creativity to realize the changes that you need to make. Call upon your deep inner strength to clear the path ahead. All right, and that's what that tower is actually doing. It's clearing it. Your Kundalini's on the fire. Boom, 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 baby. You're about to move to bigger and better things. Leave the dusties behind, baby. You don't need to take them to 2018. You got this, Saggy. All right, big, big hugs, lots and lots of love. Hope you guys have a beautiful December. If you're interested in a read, hit me up at arianaluciano@gmail.com, and be blessed, fam.